This is topic 9, angle addition and bisectors. So we're going to talk about angle addition first, which we aware that it is pretty much the same thing as segment addition, okay? So what we have in our picture is we have part 1 here. So part 1 is this whole entire angle right here. And this whole angle is part 1, okay? And then we have part 2 over here. And then we have the whole angle, which is this whole entire angle. So if I add part 1 plus part 2, I get the whole angle. Just like segment addition. So let's look at this first example here. We have, we want to find the angle of VBC. So VBC is just this angle right here. We know that ABC, which is this big angle here, is 154. And we know ABV is 64. So if I take part 1, which is 64, plus my second part, which is angle VBC, is what we're trying to find, right? And we know that equals the whole. So part 1, part 2 equals the whole, which is 154. So the only thing we need to do is subtract 64 from both sides. So angle VBC equals 90 degrees. Just to let you know that not all these angles are drawn to scale. So okay, let's look at another problem. So in this one, we want to find ABC. So ABC right here, this is our whole. This is what we're trying to find. ABD is 52 degrees. And then DBC is 15. So we're going to take part 1, which is 52, plus part 2, and that is going to equal our whole thing, which is angle ABC. So that is 67 degrees for ABC. Now we're going to try one with algebra. And again, just like segment addition, you are given 3 parts. So we want to find PMK. So just like in the other problems, we're trying to find a certain angle measure, but we need to find X first, okay? Once we find X first, then we can plug into angles. So find X first, and then you can plug in. So we're going to take our first part, which we're going to do is 4x plus 1. Our second part, which is 3x minus 8. And then we have our whole part here, LMK, which it tells us in the problem is 105. So this whole thing is going to be 105. And then we can solve for x first. So combine our like terms. That's 7x. 1 minus 8 is negative 7. Gonna add 7 to both sides. $105 plus 7 is 112. And then we're gonna divide 7 on both sides. So 112 divided by 7 is going to be 16. So again, we're not done yet. It's asking us to find PMK. So we know from our problem that angle PMK is 3x minus 8. We're going to plug in 16 for x. So 3 times 16 minus 8 is 48 minus 8. So angle PMK is going to equal 40 degrees. Okay, now let's look at the angle bisectors. So again, it's very similar to the segment bisectors. So we have our part 1 here, and we have part 2 here. So there are 2 different problems that you can have with this. So we actually don't need this first part. So either part 1 is equal to part 2. So if it's an angle bisector, then this line in the middle here, I'm trying to get a different color, sorry. This line in the middle here, it cuts this big angle in half. It cuts it in half so that this part here and this part here are equal to each other. So if part 1 equals 50, part 2 will also equal 50 as well. So if you're given 2 parts, then you would set them equal to each other. If you're given 1 part in the whole, then you would do 2 times whatever part you're given equals the whole. So this right here is your whole angle. So I could be given part 2, I can double part 2 and that equal that to the whole, or double part 1 and equal that to the whole. Okay, let's look at some examples. LU is an angle bisector. So automatically we know that these 2 angles have to be equal to each other because it tells us this is an angle bisector. There's actually a small little mistake here. This should actually say ALU, not ALY. So if ALU is 72, so that's this angle right here, we want to know ULY and ALY. So automatically, we know that ULY has to equal 72. We've already said that these 2 angles have to be congruent, right? Oh, it's locked. Sorry, these two angles have to be congruent because this is a bisector, right? So ULY is also 72 degrees. So now we know that this angle is 72 degrees. This angle is 72 degrees. So to find ALY, we're going to add up the 2 because the 2 parts equal the whole. So angle ALY is going to be 72 plus 72, and that's 144 degrees. Okay, now let's try this with some algebra. Okay, FD is an angle bisector. Okay, so then these angles are equal. If SFD is 46 minus 4x, okay, and RFD is 2x minus plus 4, find SFD and SFR. Okay, so Remember, even though we're trying to find angles, we need to find x first, okay? So in order to find x, remember we have two ways that we solve this problem, depending on what we're given. So are we given two parts? Are we given two parts like this? Oh, what did I do? Okay. We given two parts. Are we given one of the parts in the whole? Well, this one looks like we are just given two parts. So that means we're going to set them equal to each other. So we have 2x plus 4 equals 46 minus 4x. Okay, so we're going to move the 4x over, add 4x to both sides. So we'll have 6x plus 4 equals 46. Then we can subtract the 4 from both sides. We'll get 6x equals 42. Divide off my 6, and x equals 7. So we have x equals 7. Now we get to plug it in. So SFD from our original problem tells us is 46 minus 4x. Since x is 7, we're going to plug in 7 for that x. So 46 minus 4 times 7 is 46 minus 28, which leaves us with 18. So SFD is 18. Now we also need to find angle SFR. SFR is the whole thing. So remember that these two angles are actually equal to each other. So if this angle is 18, that means this angle is also 18, and the whole thing is going to be 18 plus 18, both of those angles added together. So SFR equals 36 degrees. Okay, and let's do one last problem here. XZ is an angle bisector, then WXZ. So is this our angle bisector? Automatically we know that these angles are congruent. Okay. WXZ is x plus 10. And then WXY is 3x minus 18. So this whole angle here, 3x minus 18. So on this one, we can tell that we're given one of the parts and we're given the whole thing. So when we're given one of the parts and the whole thing, we multiply the part by 2, and then we set it equal to the whole angle. So distribute my 2, that gives me 2x plus 20, 3x minus 18. We're going to subtract the 2x from both sides. 20 equals x minus 18. Add the 18 to both sides. And then 38 equals x. And then we're asked to find our two missing angles that we don't have. So WXZ we know is exactly the same as ZXY. Remember? We said at the beginning, these two angles are congruent. So if I find WXZ, then I'm going to find ZXY. So angle WXZ is x plus 10. That means that angle ZXY is also x plus 10. Our x is 38. So ZXY is going to equal 48 degrees. And now let's find angle WXY. So just like the previous problem, we know that this angle equals 48, right? This angle also equals 48. So the whole thing has to equal 48 plus 48. You can also just plug in 38 for x here, but you will see both ways. I'm going to get the same answer, but I'm going to show you both ways just in case. So 48 plus 48 equals 96, or 3 times 38 minus 18. 38 times 3 is 114, minus 18 also gives me 96 degrees. So you see that either way, you get it right. Okay, so that is the end of these notes.